right, ignorant pigs, put down your crack pipes and your beer bongs. It's time for Angry Tabletop Nerds Night at the Movies. This night's offering from Beyond the Pit is Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell, 1995, starring Asako Nosaka, Masaki Kai, Aki Tama, a.k.a. Shinichi Fukazawa, which is also the director, and written by Shinichi Fukazawa. So, if I could sum up Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell with one sentence to help you understand it, it is a Japanese tribute to the Evil Dead franchise. End of story. It's got little bits borrowed from it where they took little elements and they took what Evil Dead did and they wove their completely own new tapestry with this movie. All right. Production began in 1995. It was shot in Super 8, and then they noticed that they couldn't use most of the footage that was initially shot, so they reshot the movie in 2009, and then it saw its release in 2012, and then in 2014 a DVD came out proper. I learned of this movie through Shudder, just like Madman. A lot of good movies come out of Shudder every now and then, or the Ghost of Snow Hollow. That's another one that I should probably review. But that aside, the movie was shot in a house that was owned by Fukazawa's dad, and so you know they're just going to go apeshit in there with the gore effects and everything. Cool thing about this movie was pretty much a one-man project besides the Spartan cast of 3 people. Fukazawa would do all the stop motion animation. He would do most of the special effects. Most of all this by himself. That's a labor of love. This is an indie film to its core, so, if there were more independent filmmakers like this who were just willing to put everything they have into a project, you do get the payoff. And this is one of those things that I go back and I said about physical media and everything, Owning a DVD is kind of important because through DVD and through video rental, that's how Big Trouble in Little China got big. It was through the VHSs being rented out through places like Blockbuster or local video stores and then being purchased because the movie was so good, it just didn't have an initial run in theaters. So that's the power of physical media. There are a lot of movies that basically make a comeback on the circuit of VHS. Of course, we don't have video stores anymore, and we don't have drive-ins anymore. But you could say that this movie falls into that category. All right. So our movie kind of starts out with a guy at a dinner with his wife, and he basically tells his wife, "Hey, I'm done with you. I'm gonna leave you and hook up with this new girl." She tries to kill him. He takes the knife away from her, of course, and then he beats her to death with a shovel, and then buries her under a tatami mat in the living room. Right now, for this transgression, of course, the lady curses him, and basically that's the start of our movie. And then you pick up 30 years later with Shinji, who's a bodybuilder, who's just working out, who gets a phone call from his ex-girlfriend who wants to go to the house where this happened. Because she writes for a paranormal magazine. So, of course, she brings a third wheel along, a psychic by the name of Mizuguchi. And the cool thing about the haunted house, when they finally show up, is the direction of photography that Fukazawa went with it. It's a very grainy, pixelated exterior, and you're looking up at it like it's very ominous. And just his choices with the way he frames it in from when the investigation starts, when they go into the house, everything is very grainy, very tight, very, I want to say, still pixelated, and that pixelation gives rise to creepiness, and it also gives you a very claustrophobic vibe from when they get in there. As they begin this investigation, the psychic is actually able to summon the spirit inside of the house, and then he's knocked out cold by a wall clock that falls on the back of his head. As he passes out, he catches a glimpse of the ghost sneaking up on the group. You get this ominous hand and everything. So they pull the psychic out, and they're all sitting outside, and they're marooned there because of car failure. Of course, once you get to a location, the logical thing to do is leave. And so this is always a good way to keep the cast at the haunted location. Vehicle failure. For whatever reason, maybe the ghost is draining the energy from the battery, and the car just won't start. The psychic comes to, and he's told not to go back into the house by Shinji and Mika, and that they should stay outside. And of course, he goes in there and he's possessed immediately. The ghost gets him, of course. I mean, without this, you don't have a movie. As Mika and Shinji get tired of waiting, they go back into the house. Then you have some of the most creative shenanigans that occur with the murder weapon. They occur with the possessed guy who comes, Mizuguchi and everything. As they fight him off and they trap him in the bathroom, they learn from the ghost of his father that, yes, he did kill a woman in there, but don't worry, dude, it's not your mom. Your mom is the girl that I got with, and I left weapons in the basement in case you ever had to fight this ghost off. And they go down to the basement where they find the shotgun and everything. And of course, Mizuguchi's possessed dead body comes at them again and again and again until a full dismemberment of the corpse. And they've got this thing like being puppeteered. And this is where they pay homage to the Evil Dead, because the individual parts of the body refuse to die, and they've got it attached on strings and everything. And they even give a little reference to John Carpenter, the Thing, because initially when they finally decapitate the body and they dismember it, the head attaches to one of the hands and it walks around like that creature in The Thing that they hit with the flamethrower.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
So as they get the shotgun and everything, you get another nod to the Evil Dead, because when he cocks the shotgun, he says, "Groovy." And they go back upstairs to fight the ghost, but it doesn't really turn out that well, as you're about to find out. One thing I like about this movie is just how creative it got with the Spartan cast of 3. All right. And then for no reason at all, Mika is bitten by the zombie head, and as that thing is always creeping around like an alien, it sneaks up on her, it bites her. Then a flesh golem is conjured up out of the tatami mat for some reason, and you have no idea where this thing came from. I guess they had to put another monster in there. It's conjured up out of the tatami room, and it starts attacking Shinji. He retreats to the basement where he finds his weight set. And then he, of course, rips his shirt off, flexes his muscles like Lou Ferrigno. I kind of like that. Picks up his weight set, puts a wife beater on, and then cocks his shotgun and goes up there to fight the monsters. All right? So he goes back up there, deals with the zombie head, and then using the weight set, he fights off the flesh golem, uses the barbell itself as a projectile to trap it to the wall, and then riddles the thing with shotgun bullets. And with a little quick thinking, he's able to suck out the zombie Kool-Aid that got into his girlfriend and save her in the process. The movie ends with them leaving the house and maybe just covered in a bloody mess, wondering what the hell just happened. And they leave in the morning and the car starts up. So let's get into some of those totals. We have 2 dead bodies, 2 ghosts, 1 zombie flesh golem thing, 2 individual zombie parts that wouldn't die, 1 zombie, multiple stabbings, shovel bashing, axe hack and smash, knife foo, shotgun foo, 2 decapitations, multiple punches to the face, 1 bite to the neck, blood splatter, head explosion, smoldering body parts, puppeteered body parts. Slayer Pit awards go to Aki Tamamnai, or aka Shinichi Fukazawa, for Best Actor, not to mention Shinichi Fukazawa again for Best Director, leaving you at the end of this movie, what the did I just watch? I have to give this movie 2 skulls. If you go into this movie taking it seriously, it's never going to work. But if you come at it with we're here to have fun, this is a grindhouse movie. I think you're gonna get a lot of giggles and frights and good Halloween moments out of this film. This is the perfect film. Of course, this is a Japanese film, and the Japanese always have a way of one-upping Western filmmakers with over-the-top violence and everything. And just again, one thing the Japanese filmmakers are better than Americans at doing is highlighting the human condition. And I think that comes across at the end of the movie, because you kind of feel for these people like they didn't deserve that night of terror as they come out covered in blood at the end of the day and everything. So again, 2 skull rating. Check this movie out for the month of Halloween. Anyway, as Monster Fest continues, we will also be watching Friday the 13th Part 6 live on Rumble. I haven't dialed down a date. Look for that on Instagram. The link to my Instagram is in the description below. So if you need to DM me about something where I was wrong in this review and everything, and how, or you just want to tell me off and tell me that Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell is the greatest grindhouse horror movie film ever made, and F you, Angry Tabletop Nerd, for not giving it a 5-skull review, I understand, but Instagram DMs are the best way to get in touch with me. Don't forget to leave a comment and a like, both on Rumble and on YouTube, and don't forget to share this for the month of Halloween, because, you get so many good films and not enough time to watch them. Anyway, that's about it for me for this installation of Monster Fest. We hope to see you in the next one. And in case I don't see you, keep fighting, keep playing games. Don't forget to check out some horror movies this October, and we'll see you in the next one.
I'm more of an expert at exposing the moon. Get out of your telescope! See if you find the one crater.